Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a no communication love reading for Pisces, focused on a connection where communication may currently be limited, paused, or unclear. We'll explore your energy, the energy of the person on your mind, and the emotional dynamic between you, not to fix or chase anyone, but to support your clarity, self-trust, and emotional steadiness. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Pisces, please. All right, so your person is showing up here as the Ten of Wands. Okay, so it feels like this person needs to get something off their chest, or they've been going through a really tough period, maybe feeling a bit overwhelmed, working a lot of responsibilities. Okay, they're viewing you as the High Priestess, Pisces energy. Okay, and their future action towards you, we have the Queen of Cups, all right? And we have the Hierophant card. So Pisces, this may be somebody who's either recently been through a separation here with that Taurus energy, or someone here who's very different from you. So they have a different race, religion, tradition, or background. I do feel some of you could be in separation from this person, or we could just be picking up on what they've recently been through. But it does feel like they're ready for something new. They're ready for something to give, either in their love life or, with their responsibilities, because I do sense that they're feeling overwhelmed. And again, those responsibilities could be due to work or to family, finances. But I feel like that they're ready. They're ready to release. They want a new beginning. I feel this person is very, very attracted to you. All right, let's see what else we need to know. All right, so the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, so they've been holding back here, Pisces, and most likely working on their stability. Sorry if you hear some background noise. I have a cat that is a little bit restless. Okay, sorry about that little pause there. Had to do some damage control. All right, so with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like this person may have been holding back, working on their stability. Some of you too, they may have recently lost a job is what I'm getting, or maybe they've seen a major dip in their income. But what I'm seeing here is that it's like they're coming out of that phase, or they're stabilizing. And with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, it's like they don't want to hold back from you any longer. It's almost like I'm getting like the fog is clearing, responsibilities are lifting, they're coming out of the red basically. And not all of you does it have to do with finances. I mean, it could also just be, what they've been experiencing emotionally. They see that you two, may be very different in a lot of ways, or maybe you come from different backgrounds, but they see that you two want the same things, that you two are very compatible. And for a lot of my Pisces, I mean, this may be somebody you're in separation from, but the energy I'm getting here, especially with this High Priestess, is that this person has secret feelings for you. So secret admirer vibes. With the Five of Swords in reverse, your person is really prioritizing peace, stability, healing. I feel they've been working really hard towards their own stability, and like I said, they've gotten to a place where they feel they can open up emotionally, or they can focus on this connection, or they can focus on love again. And for some of you, this is a very clear signal with the Five of Swords in reverse that this person may be somebody that wants to heal things with you. Now, with the High Priestess here, they're viewing you in your Pisces energy, right? This is also Cancer. But with this Pisces energy, they're seeing you as selfless, loving, intuitive, creative. But I also feel, the High Priestess, she's kind of hard to gain access to. So I don't know if you are not talking to this person, you're not around them very often, or they just kind of find you to be intriguing and a little bit elusive here. Okay. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles in reverse. They see you're not making any moves here. You're not moving towards them. You're not, taking action, communicating. You're holding back. and with the Six of Swords energy in reverse, that you're a little bit detached. Now, they may be hoping to see you again with the Six of Swords in reverse. Like, I can't wait to run into Pisces, you know, where they get lunch or wherever it is that you see this person out and about in the community, at work. And for others of you, they want you back, all right, with the Six of Swords showing up in reverse. But they do see you as a little bit detached, a little bit elusive. They see you as somebody hard to gain access to, mysterious, which tracks with Pisces energy. Now, their future action towards you is the Queen of Cups. So this is making an offer, making some sort of love offer, giving you some sort of gift. The Six of Cups, giving you a gift, all right, reconciliation, but recognizing, even if it's not reconciliation here, recognizing that there's a strong soul connection, that they want to be together, that you two are two birds of a feather is what I'm seeing. And the King of Pentacles energy in reverse. Okay, a lot of you, though, this person is not going to be giving you something physical. Like, I wouldn't expect, you know, like a materialistic display of affection, or like, I feel like the gift they're going to give you is clarity, something very sweet, maybe something they've made themselves, small gestures like bringing you a coffee, or, you know, like a heartfelt message or something like that. And how you're going to be feeling the Seven of Wands in reverse, you're going to be feeling like this is a victory. And with the Seven of Wands in reverse, I'm getting that this person, whatever they do, like this sweet, heartfelt gesture or message that they give you, it's going to really allow you to drop your defenses. I feel it's going to be very touching. I feel like it's going to be something that, you know, only my Pisces will find to be romantic and on point for who you are, all right, and what you want, okay? So I wouldn't expect any like major displays, you know, like, I don't know why I keep saying this. I know this is like not for, maybe for one of you, I don't know, maybe for nobody, but you know, you're not going to get like a Bentley wrapped up in a big red bow, right? Like, it's going to be something that's like heartfelt and meaningful. Not that a car wouldn't be heartfelt and meaningful, but you know what I mean? It's going to be like a really sweet note or something that they've paid attention to. Something, I also got something related to your grandmother. Anybody out there who had or has a really close-knit relationship with their grandmother, you know, they could get you like a necklace that's almost identical to the one that, you know, your grandmother had, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like something that is just going to be very touching. Again, that's a super specific message for like one of you out there. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. All right, so yeah, the third chakra is coming out imbalanced here for this person. So they are building up strength and courage here. When we have an imbalanced solar plexus chakra, it could be that they're lacking a little bit of confidence. Again, something here has shook their stability, and it obviously could be what happened between you and them, Pisces, but for a lot of you, I feel there's something here they're stressed about: family, finances, health, or something like that. All right, we see Angel of Balance, but yep, they're working on finding balance. They feel like you two, you know, complete each other in the most harmonious ways. But this person, you know, despite lacking a little bit of confidence, they are coming in a balanced energy. They've opened up to love, or they've created space, emotional, mental, physical space for this relationship. Okay. And we see storm warning, yeah. And they want to avoid disaster here, or they want to heal things with you. Now we see Healer of the Ages. So again, this person may still have some healing to do, but we also see that, you know, for a lot of my Pisces, this may be somebody that wants to come in and, you know, and heal things with you. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we need to know about this person's shadow. What are we not seeing, or what do we need to know? So this person may carry around these feelings that they're fated to be alone. They may have given up on love because they think they're meant to be alone. So that may be something they've been struggling with. But again, with you, Pisces, they're still going to take a chance. They're still going to, you know, take a shot here. All right, and demanding. You set impossible standards for your partner to meet, be less demanding. So maybe that is something that they've dealt with there in the past. And for those of you that were in a connection with this person in the past, you know, they may have been like just too demanding, or demanding of you what they weren't able to offer themselves. And I feel there's been that realization. You know, if this person was being very picky and very judgmental and demanding, I mean, it could also be because they were so stressed about other things. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses for any bad behavior, and it is something to be aware of, okay? But for others of you, you know, this person, what I'm getting with this energy of overwhelm with them is they may have felt like a relationship was too demanding in the past, and it feels like that's shifting for them, or they've made certain changes so that, again, they have that time and they have that space for a relationship or for you. We see too much. You tell others too much about yourself all at once. Sit back and listen more. Okay, so that may be the case with this person. But I do feel like this person is in an energy of reflection, accountability, and trying to do things differently. And I do see that they're taking their time to watch you, to listen to you, to gather data on what you like, what you don't like. Because again, like, they're coming in with something that's going to be very heartfelt and meaningful. Nothing lavish, but heartfelt and meaningful, which tells me that they are listening, they are watching, they're paying attention, they're emotionally intelligent here. All right, so let's see what they would like to say to you. What does this person want to say to my Pisces? What does this person want to say to my Pisces? I let my pride and ego get in the way of our connection. Okay, so again, and that can also be that imbalanced solar plexus chakra. You know, the ego can do so many strange things. I mean, oftentimes we think of it of somebody being overly confident or boastful or self-centered. But the ego can also, you know, keep somebody quiet, keep them from speaking up because they fear rejection, or they don't want to look stupid, or they don't want to be the one that looks, you know, thirsty. All right, and being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. So regardless of the situation here, Pisces, this person has been doing a lot of reflection and a lot of introspection. And at the bottom of the deck, we see unsatisfied. I wasn't happy the way things were going. Now, that could obviously be in your relationship, but I kind of feel like there were things going on in their life that were adding a lot of stress, or, you know, and I feel this is somebody who's made actual changes here, Pisces. You know, if they lost a job or something like that, they may have gone through a period of depression and kind of lethargy, right? But now they've, like, you know, they've picked themselves up, they've been job hunting, or they got a job, you know, or if they, you know, if their business wasn't doing so well, again, I feel like they've worked really hard to get to a place where now they can, where they're more comfortable, where they're more balanced. And for others of you, it's within the relationship. There may have been, you know, this person wasn't happy being single, doing everything on their own. And they're realizing they want union, they want connection, and that's specifically with you, Pisces. So let's see what they would like to say to you, something they may not be able to articulate. What do they want to say to my Pisces? I know I screwed things up and honestly have no idea how to fix it, okay? So for some of you, they feel they've missed an opportunity, or that, you know, mostly that's for those of you who have been in a connection with this person. Okay, and I've never forgotten you, even though you think I have. And for others of my Pisces where this is a secret admirer, it's not about forgetting you, but it's like, I've never, you know, like I might not show you exactly how I feel, but I think about you all the time. Again, typical secret admirer vibes. And they're a little bit worried here about rejection, okay? And again, that's that ego energy coming through, that imbalanced solar plexus, and that fear of rejection, which I feel is quite normal in these types of situations. All right, let's see what else we need to know about this person or this connection for my Pisces. Keys on a ring, okay? So this says many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand, okay? So, I mean, I'm not really getting that this person has like so many different options. I mean, it could be the case. I actually feel more than anything that they have made a decision to give you this gift, to give you clarity, to reach out. Some of you may have felt like this person was stringing you along in the past, okay? Or that may be their fear that that would happen between the two of you. And the dragonfly, be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. So I do think this is a strong indication here, Pisces, that this person they know they need to bring their feelings to light. They need to speak to you. All right. They need to tell you how they feel, or they will regret it, for the rest of their life is what I'm hearing. All right, so let's see in your energy. Someone likes you, romance is blooming, fun, flirting, wanting to date. Beautiful. So again, a lot of you, this is secret admirer vibes, and if it is somebody you're starting over with, it's about that fun sort of getting to know each other again, rekindling period. Okay, and we see love here, Pisces. So I feel it. I mean, I feel it with the Queen of Cups and the Six of Cups, that there's potential for unconditional love. There's passion, affection, and attraction, but Spirit's also saying don't forget self-love and the energy of oneness. That's important here in this connection. And yeah, this is really positive. Unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. So this is telling me there's a lot of potential here for there to be balance here, Pisces, and love and equal give and take. All right, whether it's somebody you're healing things with or it's somebody brand new. And a lot of my Pisces, it is somebody brand new. All right, we have very strong Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. We also have strong Taurus energy coming through. All right, let's see what their very next actions are towards my Pisces, please. All right, so we see the Eight of Coins and the Queen of Swords. So I feel like the Eight of Coins and the Queen of Swords in reverse is saying this person is kind of burying themselves in work, or they're working on it. They may not be ready to communicate within like the next 8 days or so, which makes a lot of sense because in about 8 days is when Mercury goes direct. So I feel like they get clarity. They're working on a solution. They're working on this gift. Some of you, they're getting something for you that's hard to get. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something antique or it's a recreation or it's something you lost or it's something you've always wanted that was sold out. I don't know. It's something, there's some sort of heartfelt gift. It could also just be that they're writing the perfect, poem or message or song or something. It's something that they're putting a lot of time and effort into. But speaking of time and effort, we get the Queen of Coins. So this person is coming in. They're planning. They're patient. They're waiting. They want to do things right. They want something solid, stable, and secure. And we see the Magician card. This is my Mercury retrograde card, especially when it comes out in reverse. And again, I'm confident in the timing that when Mercury goes direct, that's when there's clarity. That's when this connection will actually move forward. All right, my lovely Pisces, let's finish up with the Quiet Truth Oracle. Any advice and guidance for my Pisces, please? Any advice and guidance for my Pisces, please? Advice and guidance for my Pisces, please. Oh, this one is already out, but you're stronger than this moment. So if you are feeling a little bit weak or you're feeling anxious in the silence or in this ambiguity, just know that you're stronger than this moment. You're allowed to do nothing, Pisces. Okay, you're allowed to do nothing right now. Again, we're in Mercury retrograde. It's a time for reflection. It's not necessarily a time for action. You don't need more information right now. You don't need more information. And feelings exist and consistency doesn't. So there are feelings here, but there's no action or consistency just yet. And that really tracks with, being in separation with someone, or it tracks with, this person being a secret admirer. So I see beautiful things coming your way here with this connection, Pisces. All right, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.